44. I play inside linebacker and the long snapper. And my fun fact is that I'm amazing at cornhole. And quote from Coach Elder is that he is proclaimed the best cornhole player in Northeast Ohio, and I have to challenge that.
What does it mean to you to be an Avon Eagle?
It means a lot, to be in this community. It's just a big privilege being born here and having family that have been here for a while and actually played in the program. They've taught me what it's like to be an Eagle. It's just a big responsibility, and I'm glad I'm a part of it.
Who was that? Older brother?
Yeah.
So how much did you learn from him before you even became an Avon Eagle?
He taught me a lot, not about football because he's a lot bigger than me. He was a lineman. But he taught me a lot about the morals and what Coach Elder was all about.
So when you put on the pads and you put on the jersey and everything, what does that mean to you?
Putting on is something like I would be here as a kid in kindergarten or when I was like 4 years old, and I would be watching him play, and I used to remember being like, man, one day that'll be me, or I hope that's me. And now I'm here and I'm playing and I have a big role, and I can't love it anymore than I do.
Think of all the things you guys go through, the 2-a-days, the 5 a.m. lifts, the 30 dozens. How would you describe that to an outsider if they asked you about it?
I would say it's bad because it's just like, it is bad, but that's what I love about it. And there's a lot of people that are going to be like, oh, I hate it, and that sounds terrible, but that's what makes it amazing is no one else wants to do it, but I'm doing it, so it makes me different than anyone else.
How much has that changed you as a person going through the whole ordeal?
Definitely a lot, big difference. Like everyone else says, for a job in the future, I had a job over the summer and you have to get up every morning and make sure you're there on time, and that definitely helped because I was there on time. Even I was there 30 minutes early every day, and I would definitely say that going those 5 a.m. lifts definitely helped.
How much does all that separate your program from other teams in the area and the state too?
It separates us a lot. Getting up at 5 a.m., there's probably not a lot of teams that do it, especially some of the other teams in our division. There's probably other teams in the state, all across the country that do it, but they probably don't have the same mentality as us, or they don't do the same workouts as us, and that just stretches us farther away from everyone else.
Here it is, your senior year. How much have you been looking forward to this?
I've been looking forward to it a lot. I'm looking at all the other seniors and kind of feeling like a little kid, and now being like helping other kids out and helping other teammates out, with morale and skill sets. I love it. I love it a lot.
A lot of your teammates, one of the big things they talked about is the goal is state championship. What do you think about that?
That'll be great. Sometimes I don't like to talk about it a lot because you don't have it until you have it. We're just still trying to grind forward and work forward, but I want it. It'd be great to have one.
If the clock read 0 at Fawcett Stadium and Avon was ahead, what would be going through your mind?
I'd be freaking out. The helmet would be tossed behind me, and I would be sprinting, hugging people. Maybe you'll see me cry a little bit.
Kid who's put a lot of time in and done the very best at becoming the best long snapper that he can be.
What does that entail? What do you think his mentality is every time he's called upon?
Well, this goes back to his end of his sophomore year going into his junior year. He, one day at practice, came out and said, "Hey, Coach, I can long snap." And I said, "Okay, so let me see what you got." And he gets down there, puts his hands down on the ball, addresses the ball, and fires it right back. And then it finally hit me, is that I never knew his brother was Matt Kiessling, who played for us back when Coach Elder was first here. And he was our long snapper back in the day. There's a little bit of a gap between him and his brother. And so his brother taught him how to long snap. And then from that moment, for end of his sophomore year going into it, I said, "Will, every offseason workout we are at, I want you to have a football in your hand, and I want you always long snapping because that is such an important part of our team." And I said, "That's something I want you to be able to earn a starting spot with before you graduate." So going into his junior year, Timmy Conwell was our long snapper, and Timmy was pretty good. And then Will was our backup last year. And every day at practice, you would see Will just off to the side snapping every single day. And he put a ton of time into it because it has to be something that you get the muscle memory and you get locked into it and you do it so much that it becomes natural and you're not worried about any pressure.
How much do people just take that for granted and not realize how important it is?
I think a lot of people assume that it comes easy, and it really doesn't come easy. If anybody's ever tried to long snap, it's kind of tough. For our punt, we're at 14 yards. For extra point and field goal, we're at 7 yards. And so they've got to be able to get that back there with velocity. For punt, their goal is right in the belly, And for extra point field goal, it's right in the bottom of the hand for the holder. And it's something that takes a lot of practice and a lot of work to be able to get it back there with speed, and so it's on a spiral, so it's easy to handle.
And then how is he just overall? Every time I see him, he's always in a good mood. He's a happy kid too.
Very happy kid. I don't think I've ever seen Will upset. I've never seen him upset with his teammates. He's always a positive guy, upbeat guy, and just always wants the best for his team and his teammates.
Will Kiessling is a young man that I've known since he was a little guy. You know, his brother played for us as well and was a great player for the Avon Eagles, so he's been around our program, it seems like, forever. He's a young man who epitomizes Avon Eagle football. Like, he is a star in his role. Obviously, he's our long snapper and does a tremendous job of that, but he is willing to do whatever this team needs to be successful.
The legacy. How important is that? You have so many kids throughout the years that have an older brother or a cousin or something, some type of family member that's come through the program that they have that, and so they already have a little bit instilled in them before they even get to you.
Yeah, you would hope that, you know, he was on the sidelines when he was a little guy watching his brother play, and if you do things right and you have a positive culture, you would hope that around the dinner table there's positive conversations surrounding the football program, and so those kids grow up excited to be part of it when they get their opportunity. And Will's a young man that, you know, you can't have enough of the kids like him. He loves Avon. He loves the Avon Eagle football program. The other day he kind of sent me some text messages telling me some things he thought we could do better on the sidelines to bring more energy to the side. So kids like him are what makes this place special.
If you were a flavor of ice cream, what would you be?
Flavor of ice cream. I'm pretty simple. I like cookies and cream. It's my favorite flavor. It's like vanilla, but with just a little bit pizzazz. So cookies and cream.
Okay. If you were pizza, what toppings would be on you?
I'm simple, so cheese. Whenever I get pizza, I always like cheese, but if there was ever a topping, it's always pepperoni is the second topping.
If they made a movie about Will Kiessling, who would star as Will?
Probably Adam Sandler or Jim Carrey. You know, something a little bit funny. You know,
It's a
kind
comedy?
of goofy, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, get the spirits up.
Last month, the Mega Millions was $1 billion. If you won that, what would be the first handful of things you'd buy?
First handful. I feel like everyone thinks about this, and one of the first things I would buy is probably my parents' house. We have a family place, a family lake in Indiana. We don't have a house there, and my parents love it there, so I would definitely get a house there. Probably in Florida. My parents love it down there, so I'd get them a house in Florida. And then to kind of disperse it, I kind of want to get in business, so maybe I'd buy like tons of different businesses. And not just one. I wouldn't buy like 20 McDonald's. I'd buy like a Home Depot and like a Cabela's, so I can like take whatever I want from any of the stores whenever I wanted. So I'm getting money and I'm getting free stuff all the time.
That's good logic. I like that.
And then if I had extra, my one goal, my max goal for life is to live on a yacht. I think that would just be amazing, to live on a yacht.
So you get your own butlers and chefs.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. That'd be amazing. Wake up every morning, you just go on a deck and there's just ocean breeze, maybe some birds. That'd be amazing. You can't ask for better than that.